Hello, everybody. It is that time. 2020 is coming to a close, and we are going to take a look at all of the new models that have been released this year for Hot Wheels and crack open that Bentley and Mustang while we're at it. So let's get into it. I'm going to be doing kind of my own knockoff Lamley Awards on Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, go there. I will be voting on my story. Once the votes are done, I will compare the top 3 to my top 3 that the general public thinks is top 3. I'll compare it to my top 3, and we will see how close it comes. I don't imagine it to be spot on, but we will see what happens there. And for you guys that don't have Instagram, leave a comment below of what your top 3 are. So we will try to work that into the percentage and try to make this a little more, work a little better. But let's look at some models here. Let's start off with a couple of fantasy models that I think are good highlights here. And, well, I shouldn't call them fantasy because they're super realistic and they are based on real cars that actually exist. But the Jeepney, well, it says Jeepney's in the name. What's it? Road Bandit. So it is a, it's not licensed, but it's realistic. So there's the Road Bandit. I don't think I'm going to buy any more of these. One's enough. Just got it for, the first release. I think it's pretty nice, but it's not something that belongs in my collection. This one does, though. This next one, the Manga Tuner, that definitely belongs in my collection. Little Bull Suzuki car. Oh yeah. I'm going to buy all the releases of this guy. I love it. So these will be included in the vote. I don't expect them to go very far because they are quote-unquote fantasy. They don't exist. They're not licensed. The design of them exists, this style. But these actual cars aren't based on really anything. They're just using that style to create a super cool fantasy car, which they did that very good. But now let's get into licensed stuff. I have these. Oh, jeez. I have these in order of release. So we will start. I don't know when they were released, but I was keeping them in order as I got them. So this is like pretty dang close to when they were released. But like I said, I don't know what month they were released. But I guess arguably the first new model was the Subaru 22B WRX. This is such a good casting. Well, I shouldn't start saying my opinions because that just throws off the point. But they're all super good. I love them all. That's why it's so hard to pick a favorite. You guys know what I'm gonna start leaning to, but I'm gonna try not to say anything. Try not to be biased in this one, but well, I shouldn't say much. Just let you look at the cars. That's very nice blue. Here I go. I can't help myself. Here is this one, the 89 Porsche 944 Turbo. So this one came like right after the Subaru. I'm guessing these were both from the AKs. There it is, pop-up headlights. Oh, and we're gonna start talking about Tomica here. I wish I could do this with Tomica, but like I don't, because they're a little more expensive. There's some I have to weed out. Like, okay, not getting that one. I shouldn't. Like the Lamborghinis, no. Ferraris, no. If they were $1, then I would, but if they were $1, they'd just be like Hot Wheels, and they wouldn't have that special charm that everybody likes, well, that I like. Not a lot of people find love in Tomica like me. There's only certain people that like the Tomicas. But here is the Porsche. It's very similar to the Savannah, which we'll look at in a second. They're like identical cars. Like, What year did Savannah come out? 89. Oh my god, they came out the same year. Who copied who? Who copied who? But next, we got the 2Jet Z. Guessing it should have a 2JZ in there. And geez, this is not a licensed casting, but it is a real car that is on the road. So a one of one, custom built. This was the winner of the 2018 Hot Wheels Legends event. So the winner gets to have their custom car turned into a Hot Wheels. So I mean, that's pretty cool in my book. So 2Jet Z is obviously a play of words on the 2JZ. So I'm guessing it's got a Toyota engine in there. I don't really know. It's got a bunch of parts covering it. I can't tell. Yeah, I don't know if it's a 2JZ in there. But it is an all-metal casting, which is pretty cool. I wasn't expecting that, but it's got the metal body and a metal base. So I don't know where there's like a majority of plastic, because this silver, the silver part's metal, and then the base is metal. So I don't know what's plastic on this. Obviously the window and interior. I think since it's such a small car, they can get away with doing it all metal. Next up, this one came, I think, with the same time with the 2Jet Z, the Volvo 850 Estate. Very nice to see Volvo coming to the Hot Wheel line. I've always been a big fan of Volvo. So this is a great car to see. Definitely going to be collecting every single one of these. Same with the Subaru. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if I say what ones I like. Because there's a lot that I like. So it would be hard for you guys to guess what one's my favorite. Or my top 3, actually. So I can say the ones I like. Guess. But there is the Volvo. I mean, I love that design. That's such an iconic design for the Volvo. Yes. I think that a lot of people are like, no, it should have been stock. And I'm like, dude, this is fine. And judging what we got coming next year, it's going to be stock. So I think this was a perfect first release with this design. And yeah, and those wheels too. Oh, yes. That looks awesome. Next one, this one I hear about the design all the time, but people, this is a real replica of a real car. So, the Nissan Silvia S13. Now this one, I don't like the casting too much. That front lip is hideous. But we got an S13 now, so we can see a lot of cool S13 things, styles and such. But I'm so glad it's in the lineup now. It's such a needed car. Where did my custom go? I don't know if I showed you guys my custom S13. Let me be right back. Alright, you in for a treat? I think you are. So, obviously we got this F13 right here. This is what I did to it. Oh my god, it is not, oh my god, it's glowing on camera. No, it's not white, it's that mint green. It's that, like, very iconic mint green and gray the F13's known for. Of course, I detailed the heck out of it. So, that's a favorite custom of mine. Next, this is a licensed casting. A lot of people forget about this one. It doesn't have a name. I forget the name of it. It's the Baja Bug or something. It's the mini Baja, the tuned Baja Bug. I don't know what the name of it was. But, yes, it's a Volkswagen. It's licensed, so it's gonna be put in this list. Not much to say about this one because it's so small. It's tiny. It's glowing on camera as well. I guess it doesn't like white cars. And it kind of matches the Volvo with that blue and white. So funny. It looks like it has eyes in the front. But there's the Baja Bug. Next, for Diecast Dungeon, we got the 19 Corvette Stingray. This one, Diecast Dungeon, is praised so much. I can take a wild guess that this one is going to be his favorite of the year. Corvette. And of course, next year we got the C8 coming in like a racing style. What's the name? Like Trans Am almost. I don't know if they do Trans Am much anymore. GT Racer. Yes, that's it. It's very wide. It's got the big wing. So we'll see that casting coming soon. But there's the Corvette. I really like it in orange. I wish I would have gotten the blue one though. The blue one's awesome. I'd rather have that than this one, but it'll do for now. Next casting, which this was such a stunning casting once I got it in hand, the GMC Cyclone. Yeah, this is gonna be up there on many people's lists. This is personally a favorite of mine. So what's that? I've only looked at 8 cars and I've already got 4 favorites. It's gonna be hard to pick one this year. So the Cyclone, what is there? There's a red one this year, right? As well, I didn't buy that. That red, I did not like it in red. Although I'm looking for the Power Trip one. I'm not really looking for it, but if I find it, I'll grab it. But it's not something that I really want. But I do like the design on the side of that. It reminds me of the Nissan hardbody over there. There's the Cyclone. I mean, the wheels are okay. I mean, that's the best wheel that they had for that model, but it still doesn't look the best. Next, the Jeep Rubicon Gladiator 2020 model. This, I think, is an awesome casting. It's just not up there as a favorite of mine, mostly because of that front end. It looks fine on camera, but the front end is horribly discolored because the front end is a plastic insert. I don't know where it comes from. I think the interior, I think that's a clear plastic insert. Oh, you can kind of see it on camera. It's worse in person. But the casting itself, side view, is pretty good. The motorcycles in the back are questionable why they did that. I think it's based on the commercial that they had it on, actually. Because in the commercial they had the motorcycles in the back, or was it a 4-wheeler? I don't even know. But there's something in the back on the commercial, so I think that's what they're going for. There's the Gladiator. Next one. Another awesome car here. Oh, man. The Honda Prelude. This one took the collecting community by storm, okay? Like, everything we have seen before this was awesome. This comes in, and, like, everybody just starts mouth-watering. I have a couple of these that I grabbed for customs, because after I saw next year's versions, that green with the black hood and then the yellow with the black hood, I want to make a silver with the black hood and a blue with the black hood, so that's why I grabbed some extras. I'd also try some different things. I know this is a pretty common car in red. I see a lot of them in red. So I'll probably paint the interior black and paint the outside red. I just wish I could keep those Japanese license plates. That'd be awesome. Next, I thought this was going to be a big hit. And for a lot of you Chevy fans, it was, but not for like the general, I guess, gasser fan base. I mean, not that this is a gasser. This is definitely not a gasser. A lot of people call it a gasser. And I'll tell you, it's not a gasser. It's an off-road truck, a trophy truck, if you will. Trophy car. But yeah, it's got that like trophy truck style. This is, and I love the name, Big Air Bel Air. I really like that. But this was such a wild casting for them to do. I mean, I would never have foreseen this coming, an off-road Bel Air. But that is pretty wild, but also pretty neat at the same time. I think this is the only classic American muscle car we got this year from Hot Wheels. I mean, in the early 2010s, they did like every American muscle car under the sun. So there's not much for them to do, but they could redo some of those castings, make different versions of them because, I mean, they're not all the best. I don't think Matchbox did any American muscle. No. Well, not anything classic, except the Cadillac. That's not really a muscle car, though. They did a new Mustang. That's all I remember. There's the Big Air Bel Air. It's going to hop off the turntable. And let's pull. This one was a pretty popular one. And I did not foresee this one being popular. It was popular amongst my brother. Because he's a big Audi guy, big German cars. He really likes German cars. He's got Volkswagen collection, Audi collection. He's like 9. Never seen someone pick up a love for certain brands like that, except for me with Volvo when I was like 5. But here's the Audi R8. This one gets his thumbs up. Such an awesome car. Let's see. Hot Wheels has... Is this their first Audi R8 in the main line? Because they had the Speed Graphics one. They could have released that casting in the main line now that I think about it. I don't know. I don't follow the Audi R8. But in white with the gray wheels, this one is a win. The red one, not so much. I didn't like the chrome wheels on the red. Too flashy. But I'm curious to see what they're going to do with this casting next year. I think a lot of people want to see it in premium. This and the Prelude are the two asked for cars in premium. So, I think the Speedtail as well. But the FD should be in premium, though. That would be awesome. That's what I want. FD and the Prelude is what I want to see in premium. I want a different casting of the Sylvia in premium. But moving on, this one unexpectedly I liked, as I'm not much of a European car guy. But this Land Rover, I think they did it. The way they did it just hits the spot for me. I dig this. The white wheels, the red with the white deco. Yeah, so nice. Don't know where this is coming from, but yeah. This one wins for me. It's not even close to being a favorite of mine because there's so many awesome cars here. It doesn't even get the distance of being a favorite. But it's still nice to have. Next up, we got the Kia Stinger. This was another unexpected car from Hot Wheels. Who thought they would do a Kia? They've done a couple Hyundais. I think one Hyundai. But who would have thought Kia? And them being the first company to do the Stinger, like this car is already a couple years old in real life. And it has been like a very surprising car. Who knew Kia could make a sports car? Well, it's not really a sport, it's a sports sedan like the Evo. But this one surprised, the real car surprised people how good it was, and the Hot Wheels is surprising people. So I think the blue on this one is beautiful. That is a very nice blue color. Is it the same as the Rexy? No, Rexy's a little lighter. But yes, that is awesome. But again, this one does not win for me. I bet it wins for a lot of those guys who like quirky cars. Some different cars that you don't usually see much. Like this is, I think this is the first 1/64 scale Kia Stinger, and that is pretty awesome. I think a lot of these cars have had their first, the Gladiator, the Speedtail, But here's the FC, or the FC, yeah, this is the FC. Savannah RX-7. You know, because it's very similar to the Porsche. It's like, it's like creepily identical. Especially that rear window. I wonder if they use the same window. No, because the front of the Porsche has more of a slope. It's a steeper slope. Here's the FD. This is another awesome casting here. I dig this. This is gonna be so hard to pick a favorite. So hard. Oh man. Yeah, I really want to see this one in premium with Red Sun on the side of it. Of course, we want to see Initial D cars, Hot Wheels. You got the main ingredients: FD, Hachiroku, still S13, WRX. What else? FD. You got the ingredients. Now just get the license and mix it all together. I think you guys already have the license, sort of. But I was heard we're not going to see an exact Initial D set, but it will be loosely based on Initial D. Because if you guys have seen that new, like, I don't know what to call it, because Hot Wheels isn't naming their sets anymore. That one with the black CRX, the white S30, or R30, and the pink Scion FRS. That set is loosely based on Initial D cars. Because if you look at the pink Scion FRS, and you compare it to the, what is it called? I'm blanking on the name. It's not Initial D, it's like a spin-off Initial D. Oh. I can't remember. But they both, see the 8.6 in that one is red with Hachiroku on the side, 8.6. But then, jeez, something fell. The Hot Wheel version is pink with 8.6 on the side. So it's just little differences. So it's not truly licensed, which is very disappointing. But let's get this. The RX-7 is sat up there for a little bit while I try to think of names. Next is the Lamborghini Urus, which was produced the same time as the. Oh my god, it does not look right on the camera screen. It looks almost green. I think the light is shining right on it. The camera doesn't like that. We'll go with it. But this is the Urus. Not much to say about this one. I think the casting's wonderful. But it's not a car I'm particularly fond of. If they made it electric, it could compete with the Model X. Who knew? They got... That whole front grille is plastic there, though. Which I think they did a good job of covering that up. If you were to drill this apart, you're going to have that big hole in the front end. Yeah, as we continue into No Man's Land for me, with the Koenigsegg Jesko. Now, yeah, because these are cars I know nothing about. They're not my thing. I will leave it to visuals for you guys. You like the car. You know about it. I don't gotta say nothing. I don't like it. Yeah, supercars, not, I don't, no. And I was surprised to see that this one did not hit hard. I was like, oh, they're doing a Koenigsegg Jesko. People are going to go nuts over this one. Nope. You know what stole the show from it? The Speedtail. People were dying over this one. So, I guess on a community standard, this is one that you should see in premium. Not that I'm going to buy it or anything. But this and the Koenigsegg were outshined by me for the other two cars released at the same time as them, which you'll be seeing in a second. We don't need to see any more of this guy. The Dodge Ram Rebel. This one outshined those two for me. yes, I dig this truck in real life. I dig this Hot Wheels version. You know my complaints about the freaking headlights. They are horrible and hideous. But this truck, yes, it's so nicely done. Except for the tampos. I can't wait to see where this one ends up next year. I think we're getting some sort of camping deco. I don't truly remember. But if it's stock, I'll get it. I don't think it's going to be stock next year. But what outshined this one was this. The Chevy Impala SS. This is such an iconic car. Again, for us in America, I'd never have seen one of these in person, actually. But this style Impala and Caprices, they're just awesome cars. They're probably one of my favorite American cars. This year right here. So this was perfect to go with the Cyclone and the Buick Grand National, released earlier this year. I also wish I could do a premium, but that's the same reason for Tomica, that I don't buy them all, because they're not that affordable. So I buy the ones I like. But I do have all of the Hot Wheel Premium JDM new castings, so that's good. But I have nothing else. I don't think they're... Well, actually... I almost have them all. I think there's a couple I'm missing. I'm trying to think. I don't know. There's so much cars this year, though, guys. 4 cars left. No, I dropped one of my favorites. You kidding me? 4 cars left. This one, I think, it did not hit hard at all. These things are still hanging around my Walmart. This one was a bomb. This was not a very welcome car into the Hot Wheel line. I don't know why. It looks like a good casting. It is a good casting. But I guess people just didn't care. Like, yeah, Porsche, we've already seen one this year. You want something else. And I think it was totally outshined by the Lightning, that it kind of just died right then and there. But speaking of the Lightning, yes, I definitely take the Lightning over this Porsche. This Lightning was such an awesome release. That's got to be in my favorites, in my top freaking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 favorites, I think. And I have to limit that down to 3. Well, you guys let me know your favorites as well. I'm not done yet, actually. I forgot about these. The last 2 new models of 2020. The Bentley Continental GT3, right here. We're gonna crack it. My first time having this model in hand. And the casting is not bad at all. It's not a bad casting. I bet a lot of people are going to be like modifying this, and usually they're like modifying cars, but now they're going to be like converting this into a street car. I think this is a good casting for Hot Wheels to do. I don't think this deco makes sense at all. The next one coming in 2021, that's a good one. I'm not buying it though because, you know, Bentleys aren't my thing. But this makes no sense. But next year, we are getting a Bentley Bontago from Matchbox. That is an awesome casting. I've seen it. It looks great. So we'll be getting that one over here, looking at it. But there's the Bentley, and I think this was also outshined. Seems like it happens a lot. There's the base. It's freaking smooth. Got a little bit of parts there. I don't know what that is. Big spoiler. Yeah. It needs some decals. Needs some more decals. The Mustang outshined that one by a long shot. The Shelby. The 2020 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500. Look how clean that rip was. Get the whole image of the car. There's like no glue up at top there. Oh my god, really? Static. But here is the Shelby. Yes, this one. Oh my god, I dropped it. This one wins for me. Such a great casting here. Ah, yes. That is great. Does it have an interior? Oh, it does. Okay. These windows look blacked out. They're not. There's seats in there, you can see. I'm gonna have to make a video on this. That yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna say anything. But there's a video I'm meaning to make, and no interiors is like a main subject. So I don't know when I'm gonna do this video. Maybe sometime next month. Now this video was actually a filler because I was supposed to have a haul video. I was supposed to get a package today, but I didn't. It's held at a post office. It's probably the best thing I've ever bought on eBay, I swear. I love it. And I just can't wait to get it in hand, and they're going to make me wait, and I'm getting very mad. But this was a filler video, so I needed something to do this Saturday. So let's just get the voting done. I have all the Hot Wheels. Let's get the voting done. I got to get the last 2 stinking Matchbox, actually in the Caprice police car as well. But let's bring it onto the floor. I know you want to see my dirty floor. Yes, sure. That's not that dirty. There is our lineup. What is that? It's 4 times 6. Is that 6? 24 new castings. Look at that. And 25 if you count the fantasy guy. Where'd they go? I don't know where they went. They're over here. 26 if you count them. There you go. That is the lineup. Let me know what your top 3 are. And I'll see you on the next one, guys. Voting starts tomorrow. Remember, Instagram. Bye.